Hey y'all, I got some theme music for us today. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Let me share this real quick. I feel like this song appropriately goes with what we're talking about in this situation right now. So I'm gonna play it for you guys. Remember this song from back in the day? Yandy, girl. You say you want a thug, don't be scared now. Shorty wanna ride with me, ride me. That part right there, let me play it right back. Let me play it back one more time, y'all. Said you want a thug, don't be scared now. So yes, I feel like that song appropriately describes what's going on with Yandy and Mendeecees. This whole situation that's going on, this situation that went viral, this situation between two married people that got blown up and just looked like wildfire. Just went all over the internet, just went viral. And I just find this conversation, this topic very, very interesting. So to me, I'm not going to say I wasn't surprised by Mendeecees' comments. And for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to play that video real quick for you guys as well, bring you all up to speed. But in my own words, Yandy and Mendeecees are reality TV show people. They were on Love and Hip Hop season 2, 3, like kind of in the beginning of the show or whatever. They were like regular guest content people. They were always there. So, you know, Yandy was dating Mendeecees. They got married and he wound up going to jail. But from my understanding, what I could pick up from the show was like he kind of was already about that life, like already about that street life, from what I picked up. And I always felt like him and Yandy were like a mismatch to me because I felt like Yandy was like the good girl next door, but I felt like Mendeecees wanted like an around the way girl. So to me, I kind of always felt like, dang, I really don't like them together too much, but who am I to judge? You know what I mean? Maybe they see something in each other that I don't, but I just never seen it for them. So Mendeecees goes to jail for like years and then comes back outside of jail. And now he's free in a free world. Fast forward to today. Now they're on this VH1 show, like couples therapy, couples retreat or something. I guess, you work on your relationship on this show. So, Yandy was asking Mendeecees, her husband, like, hey, I held you down. Would you do the same thing for me if the shoe was on the other foot, if the situation was reversed? And here is what he said. Let me share my screen again so y'all can hear this. What's going on? What's going on? All right. Boom. So there are so many lessons, so many takeaways from this situation, this exchange between the two of them that I took from it. Number one being like, never do anything for someone and expect them to do the same thing for you in return because they may or may not do it. So when you do these things, make sure like you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, especially if it's kind of like self-sacrificing. You know what I mean? Like, of course, people it's common to sacrifice for your children and your family and stuff like that. But then when it comes to like relationships and things like that, okay, that takes things to another level. So we really, when you do sacrifice in a relationship, you really do have to do it out of the kindness of your heart with no expectations. Like, of course, you want to make sure you're dating someone that's like, that will want to do the same thing for you, but it's always a gamble. Even when you do it for friends and family, you know what I mean? It's always a gamble when you do things for other people. So just make sure that when you do something that could be hard or challenging for someone else, just know what you're getting yourself into. Don't expect nothing back because they may not meet you, they may not do it back for you. So it's just like, I felt so bad for her. So that was one thing that, I just kind of wanted to bring out, like, dang, like that could happen. So for me, I just was thinking, like, if you hold him down, you're in a relationship with somebody, you're in a marriage, let's just stick to relationship. You're in a relationship with somebody. Are you obligated to hold him down if he did the same thing for you? Obligated to do the same. Yes. If you hold him down, is he obligated to do the same thing for you? Like I said, of course you expect that person to hold you down, but dang, like, it's really up to that person if they're gonna want to do it for you. And to me, I feel like Mendeecees would have held her down if he felt like that was his dream woman. I feel like that's the cold hard truth, like, of this whole situation. I feel like men will like walk across puddles, oceans, seas, or whatever for the women they love. You know what I mean? They will take those penitentiary chances for the girl that they see it for. You know what I mean? And we already seen this example with Remy and Papoose. Like, we seen that it is in a man to do that. Sometimes I seen all the comments on social media like, men wouldn't do it for women. That's why women gotta like protect themselves. That's true, but I do feel like men will do it for the woman that they care about, that they truly deeply love. And like, for him to say he don't know, that's, to me, that kind of may be a reflection of his feelings. Like, I really don't know if I love you till death do us part. I really don't know if I love you in sickness or poor, or sickness and health, and rich or poor. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. So in a way, just that makes me think their love is conditional. Like, he's with Yandy for his own purposes or whatever. As soon as it makes him uncomfortable, he's going to be out. You know what I mean? He's not like going to try to sacrifice for her like she's doing for him. And that's the problem. That's my only thing with this situation. Like, dang, like, Mendeecees, you could at least lie. You could at least, I don't know, like, just made something up while you on TV. And that goes into my other question. Like, is there a thing as being too honest? In this case, in this situation, because it's on national TV, I do kind of think that, like, he could at least protected her feelings. That's just my thing. I was thinking about times where, women, we're taught to, you got to protect your man, don't embarrass him in public, don't emasculate him. If you guys are in an argument, don't argue out in public in front of people. So I felt like this was his time to kind of cover her. Like, even if he didn't really know, I felt like everything that Yandy did, excuse me, for him, like, should have been enough for him to say he would. Just to say it, even if he really didn't believe it, just because she kind of went over the edge for him, he can kind of go over the edge and lie. Not lie, but, just tell her what she wants to hear, at least. Like, you don't got to be that honest. Don't blow her head off, like, with that truth like that. You know what I mean? And even in a situation like that, you don't know what you would do until you're in that situation. So I felt like he could at least say, I hope, Yandy, that I can hold you down in the way that you held me down. I hope that I can be the kind of man for you as you were, the type of woman that you were for me when I was in that situation. Like, say something like that, like, finesse. Don't just hit her over the head with that kind of truth. Like, dang, man, DC's like, it's almost like, do you even care about this girl? Like, You already know her mama gonna see this, her daddy, all the people around, her friends, her girlfriends, the people that was in her ear telling her like, "Don't be holding that guy down. Like, watch when he get up." You know that that's what people's gonna say to this lady. But no, you're just gonna tell her the truth like that. Like, I just felt like that was too much, Mendeecees. You could have like just told her what she needed to hear. Just put up a good front for the camera at least. I mean, I know you were being honest, but that's why I'm like, dang, you could kind of be too honest. I feel like you have to protect the feelings of the people that you are with. Just like men are taught, like if your wife asks you, "Do you look fat in this?" Don't tell her if she really do. Y'all know, men, you guys know that. So I feel like he should have known not to like tell her that truth. I don't know. I mean, but you know what? I can't even really blame him because I feel like in a way she knew what it was. That's why she asked him. And that's why she said if you watch the clip, she was just like, Mendeecees finally admitted it. Which means she knew all along, like she had a feeling deep down inside, but maybe she didn't want to recognize it or didn't want to acknowledge it. And then the fact that he actually said it, it just put that cold with it, woke her up out of her fantasy. Because you know, a lot of time us women be living in our fantasies, you know. We think that the guy will do the same thing for us, but you never really know unless you ask. And sometimes we don't want to ask. We want to just keep living in our bubble. We just want to keep ignorance is bliss, you know. We don't really want to know the truth. Because the truth does hurt. And in this situation, that was really the case. The truth really, really did hurt. So, my next question I wanted to talk about is, do you think women hold men down more in relationships? Why or why not? Studies show around hood politics that women do hold men down more. Actual statistics, but you know, in conversations and things like that, you do hear of like men holding down women. I mean, women holding down men more when it comes to like jail and you know when their dude goes away in comparison to the opposite, in comparison to vice versa. So I do feel like women do kind of hold men down more, but why? Like, what is that about? Like, and I want to share something else with you guys too. You know, gotta get on things. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Let me show you this. Did you not come with receipts? Like, what y'all thought this was about to be? Mm-hmm. Let me show y'all this. Is this the one? This is the one. All right. Share. Oops. Share screen. Okay, look at this comment that I found, y'all. Let me see if I can make it bigger. All right. There we go. So, you know, I was on the Breakfast Club doing my investigations, listening to people's comments and commentary or whatever about the same similar situation. And someone wrote a comment and said, Remy Ma spoke on this years ago. She said the visiting room in women's prisons be empty, while in the men's prison, it be crowded. So that just lets you know right there that men do not hold women down in the same way that like women hold men down if all things being equal or whatever. And I feel like someone made a very excellent point in the comments I was reading as well. She said that when her boyfriend got locked up, that the system broke them up. So she felt like she wasn't obligated to, you know, be with him anymore because circumstances happen. You know what I mean? Like And I felt like that was really good advice. And I kind of feel like that's probably the mindset that men have. Like, oops, sorry. you know? And I don't want to say all men because I do believe that, like, we keep putting Papoose on this pedestal, but I think I don't want to feel like he's a rare man. I feel like at the same time, men will do that for the woman that they really care about, the woman that they really love, the woman that really has their heart, you know what I mean? But he won't do it for the woman that's like that he's using, you know what I mean? He's just not going to. He just don't see it for her in that kind of manner, which is like upsetting. It's sad, but I just really feel like that's the truth. And then I also feel like everybody talks about how rare Papoose is, but we gotta give Remy her credit and her just due, because he's loyal to that kind of woman for a reason. And I feel like it's because she's a rare woman. You know what I mean? She holds her own. She's, not going to let anybody disrespect her. I feel like she's the kind of woman that you have to come correct to. You have to respect, because she's going to check you or whatever. And that's the kind of woman that, like, Papoose was proud, his dream woman, the kind of woman that he wanted to have on his arm, the one that he gonna ride for, hold it down for. So I want to like bring that part out too, because I do feel like men are going to be men, but they still want to show up and be like heroes for the women that they like see it for. I just truly believe that, and it's not that like men like him are rare. It's just kind of like men aren't with like their dream girl, so they be, no, I ain't gonna hold you down. No, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like maybe that woman don't inspire that kind of emotion in them. So that's just my theory. I could be wrong, but yes, shout out to Remy, because you know what I mean. She breaks stereotypes and mold. You know what I mean. They make it seem like you have to look this way, be this Instagram baddie, have this snatch waist, be this complexion. But Remy is just like the total opposite, beautiful, gorgeous, and she got someone that's way loyal to her than 1,100 Instagram baddies could ever. You know what I mean? They could never, because I feel like they just want to be idolized and fetishized. But like a woman like Remy just commands respect. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like Papoose is riding for her, holding it down for her. You know what I mean? She's a rare woman, and that's how come she was able to attract a rare man. So back to this comment, back to this question. Do we think that women hold men down more in relationships? I think so. Based off of this comment, you know what I mean? Based off of this comment. So we shall see. So let's go to our next question. What do you think Yandy should do now that she has this information? So, all the Twitter, Instagram, Shade Room thugs were saying a bunch of stuff, how they feel like she should leave him and stop sharing my screen. She should leave him, and now that she has this information, it's up to her what she decides to do. But for me, I feel like everybody talks a good game and say that like she should leave Mendeecees, she should do X, Y, and Z. But I feel like a lot of women are with Mendeecees now, but they just don't know it. You know what I mean? Like it be little small signs or red flags of disrespect that you tolerate from men as well. It may not be on that same level, but you still stay. Everybody said what they would do as an outsider looking in. We do want the best for Yandy, you know what I mean? Like it hurt me to hear him say that to her. No, it hurt me that she was hurt. I'm not gonna say it hurt me, but it hurt me that she was hurt. And she deserves a man that will want to do that for her. That's the kind of man she deserves. All women deserve that. You know what I mean? If she putting in this effort to maintain the relationship, she deserves an equal partner that would do the same thing, if not more, for her. You know what I mean? So it's sad that she's not getting that. But at the same time, I feel like she invested a lot into this relationship. I don't think she would leave just because of that. It may take a little bit more. Not to say she should or she shouldn't, but she has kids with this man. They've been on TV, done fought baby moms and stuff like that for Mendeecees. So to me, I feel like She's not going anywhere, but the least she can do is probably just, I don't know, move differently. I don't even want to say move differently. Dang, they in a marriage, so they got to work this thing out. I don't really know what kind of marriage advice I can give them. But if you're in a relationship and y'all ain't like officially married or whatever, and you get information like this, you find out that like if the shoe was on the other foot, the guy wouldn't do something like that for you. It's probably time to like make your exit strategy, because he said he wouldn't hold her down in prison, but it also reminds me like, dang, he may not hold her down in any other area of life where she's down. Like, what if her checks start slowing up? What if she gets sick or something? Like, would he be there to help her? It almost felt like he wouldn't, because he wouldn't even do that for her. So it's almost like, you remember like in school when you had to do the trust fall, like you had to like fall back and trust that the people behind you would catch you. I feel like if Yandy had to fall back and just rely on him, I'm not quite sure if he would catch her. And that's kind of scary. And I don't want no woman to kind of find themselves in that kind of situation. So if you're not married, then take my advice and like, you may have to reevaluate that situation, because every woman should have. I remember I made a post about that. Every woman should be dating or have the man that has drop everything, Craig's in trouble energy towards them. You know what I mean? Like you call him, you're in trouble. Like he gonna be there for you. You got your front, back, side. Like you deserve that. You are a gem. You are a jewel. Like yeah, like come on now. Don't settle for less. Like you supposed to have somebody that's ride or die for you, especially if you're dating him, married, and like being in a relationship with him. You deserve that and nothing less. So another thing I want to discuss was thinking about some of the things that Mendeecees said to her leading up to that conversation. So I'm like, dang, was Mendeecees being unreasonable, expecting too much from Yandy while he was in jail? Because you know, in the clip, he was saying like, you wasn't answering my calls, you wasn't emailing me. Like, dang, Mendeecees, you are requiring a lot. And I understand you're in jail. But at the same time, like, she's on the outside trying to hold it down. Like, she's a mom. She's a businesswoman. You know, for, like, mothers out there, I understand. Like, that's a full-time job. You don't get no breaks off of that. And not to say, like, being in jail doesn't have its own set of, like, hardships. She just can't pause everything because you're in jail. I mean, like I almost felt like he was being a little unreasonable, because remember she was up there on her sister soldier, we shall overcome type time, protesting out front of like the jail that he was in because of the treatment that he, and look, she got all this attention for him. Like it really probably helped them, like helped him even better being in there, you know, by her bringing awareness. And for him to say like, you ain't call all the time, you ain't email me all the time, like wow, he's like kind of selfish. Like, whoa, like Yandy did a lot. She did a lot more than like most women. Now, I'm not gonna say most women, because you know most women be going hard, but she did a lot. She used her platform to bring awareness to what you was going through in jail. So give that girl some credit. She couldn't always be emailing you, writing you back immediately. She probably was in like meetings and stuff too, picking and dropping the kids off to daycare, doing homework, doing mommy duties as well. So like, whoa, chill out, Mendeecees. Like, dang, I feel like he's been a little unreasonable. So I kind of wanted to talk about this too, because I like both Mendeecees and Yandy separately. I like them both as like individuals or people, but I just don't like them together. I just don't. Um, I think more so because I felt like Yandy was on a. It's like two layers. I felt like Yandy, like personality wise, would be like that girl next door kind of girl, and then Mendeecees is that like hood street guy. And sometimes I don't really feel like they're a match. They'll probably be attracted to each other for like vanity reasons or whatever, but I feel like their upbringing and mindsets could be totally different, which I don't think makes a good pair in the long haul. So that's one reason why I didn't like them together. Like I just didn't see it for them. It's kind of like the high school star football player dating like the library bookworm or something like that. Not saying that they can't be together, and they can't work it out or like be in a real relationship, but I just feel like it's kind of like two different worlds. So that's how I felt about that relationship. But I also kind of felt like Yandy had her life established or whatever. She was on tour, doing her thing, managing Missy Elliott, like, celebrities on like this kind of high level. And I really didn't know what Mendeecees did. And in a way, I felt like he was just kind of riding on her coattails. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know everything. But just the way it looked from the outside, looking in, it just seemed like Mendeecees was just like, they was just on two different levels. And I just didn't like them together. I just didn't see it for them together. So I didn't think that it was a good match. Now, could like opposites attract? Yes, but like, I feel like you vibe better with people that are similar to you. You know what I mean? It just kind of flows better, but it's just my like 2 cents. So I wanted to share some more screenshots of other topics I seen that I thought was interesting with you guys. Cause I always be like scooping. So I seen this comment on the Breakfast Club as well. It says most men are not waiting for their wife to get out of prison. That's why Papoose is so respected for doing so and being so loving to boot. And I agree based off of, the comment that they said Remy made and how the visiting waiting room for women be practically empty compared to the visiting room for men. And like I said, I really don't feel like Papoose is rare or anything really special about him. He just found like a queen to that he wanted to do that for. Remy was that kind of woman that deserved that kind of treatment. And I just feel like that's probably why Mendeecees said no. And here's another comment that says, this is why it's crazy that so many women stand for men who wouldn't stand for them in the same situation. Foundation should always be riding for someone who will ride for you in the same situation. And sometimes I guess it's hard to really know that, find that out until like after the fact, kind of like Yandy did it. So how was she supposed to know if he was going to do the same? But actually, she knew. She knew. I feel like she may have not knew here with his words confirming it, but she knew here. I feel like that's one thing about it. You can't lie to a woman's spirit. Like we will feel if it's off. I mean, again, she said it. She said he finally admitted. So that to me makes me think like she had in her mind, like the thought did come across her head, and it probably a lot. So internally, I feel like she knew, but she just wanted to live in a fantasy world. Or I was just talking about how that Mary J. Blige song, it's like a Mary J. Blige song, and she said, when you think you're in love, you only see what you want to see. And that's very true. Like, you look through things with rose colored glasses on. Nobody could tell you nothing about your man and what he gonna do for you, and how is y'all gonna ride up to the sunset, and ain't nobody gonna tell y'all different. So in those cases, like, okay, girl, you just gotta let your friends do what they want to do. Because that's another thing. I'm pretty sure, like, and she said it. It's like so much in her one comment. Let me go back and show y'all this real quick. Let me show y'all this. She said it, y'all. It would be great to be like, nah, I got you. I won't forget. That's another thing. You heard him when she said, um, you heard her say that people have said to her would he do all this for you and you're doing this all for him. So that lets me know, excuse me, she has people. Drink some of this. This banging, y'all. I got this from Little's. It's apple, lemon, and mint. If you see this in the grocery store, pick it up. But that lets me know that Yandy had people in her corner telling her, like, sis, I don't know if this is what you want. Like, you going no hard for him. Is he going to do the same for you? When she said that, that lets me know that, like, she has a good circle around her because they tried to warn her, like, at least put a little bug in her ear. But she didn't want to listen. You know how some girls be like that. You can't tell them nothing about them and their man. Can't tell me. Remember Nene said that about Candy. Oh, my man. Yes, he would. Like, oh, okay, sis. All right. You know, just wanted to say a little something. Just want to put a little bug in your ear. You know, maybe this ain't what you want, but okay. But sometimes I feel like women in that situation, they may feel like their friends are hating. Nobody don't want to see me happy. That's how come they don't got no man, so they don't want me to be with no man. Like, no, sis, we just looking out for you. You know what I mean? Like, we just want the best for you. Don't take it personal. So I just feel like Yandy was probably that kind of girl. Like, that's my man, and y'all can't tell me nothing different. And it's just like, oh, okay, fine. We won't tell you anything different then. You just gonna have to see for yourself. That's another thing. When you close your ears around, when you don't want to listen to the people around you, and I feel like it's a message that God wants you to know. He has his ways of telling you. So she could have heard it from her friends and reevaluated then, but no. Now she gotta like reevaluate the whole situation in front of the whole entire world. You know what I mean? When at first it could have been like handled privately, but she didn't want to listen. She didn't want to listen to nobody. She didn't want to hear it. But now she hearing it loud and clear. So let me show y'all this next comment. I really thought that I could move this, but I can't. Okay. I think this time I can. So look at this comment, guys. It says, she defended him when he was accused of being a child predator, held him down while he was in prison for crimes he actually committed, financially supported him, I'm sure, for his baby mamas. Yes, she did. Added herself to his harem of baby mamas, stayed with him through a side baby, and got maced by police. What exactly has he done for her anywhere near equivalent to all she's done? I'm more surprised that she's surprised. That is real. Like, I kind of felt the same way. Well, kind of. I felt the same way. Like, I'm surprised that she was surprised. Like, I feel like his life majorly benefited from her being in it. But what did she really get in return? And I feel like a relationship should be mutually beneficial. It shouldn't be one-sided, because then someone's going to feel like they are being taken advantage of, kind of like perhaps she feels now. Like, dang, I'm doing XYZ for you, but you can't even do this for me. You didn't even lie. You didn't even like put on a good face for the public for me. Like, dang, I don't ask for much. Can't even do that. So that's just the problem. And I feel like it was another comment I want y'all to see. Was it this? Oopsies. Mendeecees clearly doesn't love Yandy like she loves him. SMH. Some men don't be in real love with you. That's true. Sometimes they just be with you for the appearance. You know what I mean? Just for what you have going on. And I guess it's the same thing that men feel as well. Men that have money, how they try to like avoid gold diggers and try to vet them out or whatever. I guess it's the same thing. Like, women There are male gold diggers as well. When you got it going on and you on TV and popping like Yandy was, she could be like a hood dude's dream, like a hood dude's come up kind of girl. So yes. Ignorance is bliss. This is another comment. In most cases, I've seen men only tell a hurtful truth like that to a woman they don't care about. Never could I tell a woman that I love something that will make her cry. That is so true. And I feel like a man probably said that. And that's how come I felt like he could at least not lie, but at least try to spare her feelings. And especially when he seen how hurt she was, I felt like that was his mom. Be like, "Oh my gosh, babe, I didn't mean it like that. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of hard to tell, but I hope that I could hold you down the way you held me down. Like, just say hope, because you do hope that you will want to do that, right? Like, you at least hope. I didn't say you had to do it, but like, you hope that you will hold the girl down, right? And dang, sheesh. So let me make sure I covered everything that I wanted to talk about with you guys, because this stuff be crazy what people be going through. Like, really. So, yeah. I feel like, as some of the comments were saying, like, how men only think about themselves, I think they only think about themselves if they're using you. They like you, they gonna think about how to make things better or easy for you. And I just feel like, or try to alleviate any burdens or hardships you're going through when they really like you. But if they don't like you, they're just gonna be selfish and just reap all the benefits that they can from you and not like give anything back. So I just feel like men only think about themselves only when they're using you. I mean, I like you. He gonna do stuff for you. You know what I mean? That's how you can always tell. You're gonna feel the investment. You know what I mean? They're not just showing up to be a man. I feel like that's kind of what Yandy got. Like she got a man. Ain't that's what everybody say? You ain't gonna have any boy. She got one, and look. You know what I mean? Like, see, it's a difference with having a man and versus having like a man with character, substance. That ain't easy to get. So a lot of people in relationships, a lot of people that got men and women, but that don't mean they happy. That they might as well be single. Sometimes people are single in relationships, so you can't fool Cinquetta. I be seeing right through this stuff. You know what I mean? So yes. Just to wrap it up, I feel like he could have spared our feelings for national TV. I feel like he could have just finessed it a little bit. He had to tell her the cold hard truth like that. Like, woo. So, so be the woman, be the best woman that you can be for you. And I'm sure that you're going to attract a man that will hold it down for you. I don't want to say like men hold women hold men down. I don't even want to think like that. I just feel like if you're that kind of person, you be that kind of woman like Remy. Not like Remy, but like you. But be that woman that don't take no mess and that's properly vetting a guy. You know what I mean? Like, what does it take to have your heart? Like, have boundaries around your heart and the way you move and who you date. Just protect yourself. And you can avoid things like this. Cause I heard something about like how Yandy just thought he was cute. And ever since then they were dating. And attraction is important, but it's not the only thing. Like, and Yandy is older than us. Like Yandy is like, so she should be past looks and stuff. Like, see, that's in a way they could be using each other, honestly. In a way, they could be using each other. Her for street clout, you know what I mean? To for the nerdy girl to finally be with the hood, the cool dude, you know what I mean? The around the way dude. And then him using her for her like connections and all that other stuff. Like, you know what? They could be a match made in heaven. Who am I? Who am I to want her or want women that are in situations similar to do that? You know what I mean? Sometimes it be even in a bad situation, I heard that it could be feeding something. It's benefiting some it's benefiting you in some kind of way, even if it's bad, unless you change and do something about it. That's when I believe you. Actions speak louder than words. So yes, y'all. So this is what happens when liking a bad boy goes wrong. This is what happens when you say you about that life, you can hold him down, and then when it comes down to it, he won't do the same thing for you. This is a cautionary tale. The one good thing that came about it is that it, like I said, it went viral and is getting people talking. So, and I hope people just learn from Yandy's situation. So this brings me to my new book that is dropping May 11th. And it's right here. This is the like author, pre-author copy where I get the chance to like look at it, see how I like it laid out and all that good jazz. So this book would be perfect for Yandy. And if you know someone that's a Yandy in your life, this book is perfect for them as well. It's titled, He is Not the Prize, You Are. How to Flip the Script, regain your power, and live life on your terms. And chapter 2 specifically, I feel like really sums it up what we talked about. It's called Why You Are the Prize. You have to know why you got it going on in this world. If not, you will feel like the guy is doing you a favor by being with you. And when it's the opposite, my Bible tells me the man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. You're that favor. Like, you know what I mean? You don't give favor to anybody that shows up. No, you have to be the kind of man to submit to. Everybody like to use that word submission. Okay. But you have to be the kind of man and you have to vet that man. Like, do I like his vision? Do I like where he's going? Do I like what he has put in place for himself thus far? Because when you come into the thing, you want to enhance and make it better. But you want to see what he has done so far. Just like when God gave Adam directions, like you want to see if he following the direction of God without you so far. You just want to see that, So remember that you are the prize. You are the good thing. You're a beauty to behold. God created Eve for Adam. Like you just, girl, come on now. You are a gift. So that's all I want you to remember. You are the prize, not him. You bring favor into his life, So don't forget that. So I'm just going to leave you guys with this one last tip. So how to realize he's not the prize. Remember that he's not your only option. A lot of women have like tunnel vision when it comes to men. A lot of women have tunnel vision when when they've invested and they projected like this person into their future. They start making investments with each other. And on many levels and in many situations. So because they invested so much, they feel like it only can work out with this one guy. And like I said, I can't really speak about marriages and stuff like that because I think you are supposed to work stuff out like that out. I don't know. I'm just gonna stick in my lane, just gonna stick in my pay grade, which is dating relationships. That's my pay grade right there. So sometimes you just feel like this is the only person that can bring your fantasies to life. So, you know what I mean? You put up with his disrespect, his silent treatment, his not answering his phone, like his not keeping his promises or commitments. You put up with that because you feel like, oh, this is regular relationship stuff. This is just what couples go through. No, it's not. You know what I mean? You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be a priority. So always remember, like, one monkey don't stop no show. Like, he can get with this or he can get going. Like, if this ain't what you want, then the door is there. Just always have that mindset. It shouldn't feel like you're forcing anything or you got to twist his arm or twist yourself up into a pretzel to be with him. No, you be yourself. You be your fancy fly self. You know what I mean? it's good to have tunnel vision when you're trying to reach a goal because it's all on you and your focus and your discipline. But it's not good to have tunnel vision when you're dating or in a relationship of thinking like this is only it, because then you're going against somebody's, like they gotta want to be here too. So that's why it's just like you shouldn't have that kind of mindset or whatever. Like kind of be free. Let things fall and as they may. Let the chips fall as they may. But you can't control nobody else, but you can control yourself. So tunnel vision is good in certain aspects when it comes to controlling you. You're going after a goal or a dream, but it's not when you're in dating, because like I said, like that person gotta want to be there too, and you can't force something if he don't want to be casted as leading man in your role, I mean in your story, in your movie, then release him. We can always do recast. Okay, remember that. Do a recast when he's starting to show his, oh, as far as I should be a rapper, but you know what I mean, like recast. One monkey don't stop no show. And that is the end of my little spiel, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Was it surprising to you when Mendeecees said, but was it surprising to hear him be so honest? That was the surprising part for me. Like, dang, Mendeecees. Like, what do you think Yandy's gonna do now? You think she's gonna stick it out? I think she's gonna stick it out. But what would you do? What would you do when someone's at home crying on the phone in the bedroom? Oh, that song! Oh my gosh! What would you do? Like, tell me. Let's talk about it. But until then, sayonara. It's your girl Sinquetta. Join me again. The next topic we will be discussing is how to know when it's time to upgrade your friend circle. Because you got to do that too. Like now that I'm older, I'm really seeing why like you got to like level up in all areas, like business, body, brand, circle, inner circle, people around you. That's important too. So that's gonna be our next topic. Yay! All right, bye. Till see you later.